What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you again on YouTube. And I wanted to bring you guys yet another new feature on my channel, continuing to bring new segments and new ideas to my YouTube channel at Styles Clash for Life. And obviously, if you guys know, one of the origins of the name Styles Clash comes from a wrestler. Most of you guys by now know that I love horror and know most of my fandoms, but wrestling is one of my all-time biggest fandoms. I am 29 now. I've been a fan since I was about 6 or 7. I'm going on 22, 23 years of being a hardcore wrestling fan. And so I kind of wanted to talk about some different wrestling themes on here. And today's theme, we know WWE right now is in kind of a really bad place. They're probably in the worst place in terms of the overall product and viewership that they've been in at least a decade, since Triple H's reign of terror in like 2003, 2004 time period. The product is really suffering right now. So I kind of wanted to talk about 5 guys that could be major superstars right now. 5 guys that WWE kind of missed the boat on, or had lightning in a bottle with and could have struck gold, but they kind of start and stop push them. They kind of de-push them, and are causing themselves now because of injuries to be in a rough place. You know, John Cena's taking time off, and Randy Orton's hurt, and Seth Rollins is hurt, and Big Show's hurt, and Rusev just got back from injury. And so they really are lacking stars, and they're lacking, important storylines and people the fans really want to see. Well, here I have a list of 5 guys here that the fans really wanted to see, and were in the midst of possibly becoming a major star, and WWE kind of stopped with them. So they haven't created really any new stars since 2004 at least, when Cena and Orton and Batista became stars. The 2 guys they have gave the ball to and let them kind of roll with were Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. And now CM Punk is gone and Daniel Bryan is hurt. So the main eventers you had back in 2004 were John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Undertaker, Kane. The main eventers you have now, 11 years later, in 2015, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Kane. So they need to create some new stars. Here's a list of a couple guys that they had created stars with and messed up on, or guys that should be stars right now. I have my list here. Number 5, Damien Sandow. Sandow was obviously huge doing the Mizdow thing. First off, he was doing the intellectual savior thing when he came in as the cocky, kind of intelligent heel, doing kind of the new genius thing. And that really worked very well. He was getting over well as a heel. He was working a good program with Cody Rhodes. He had won Money in the Bank. And he was on the way to being a really intelligent heel. He had good character, good mic skills, and he was good in the ring. He was different, and he was their guy. And he was really on the way to becoming a next world champion until they had Cena beat him for Money in the Bank, and then he went down to doing nothing again. Then they gave him the Mizdow thing, which was a comedy face character that was parodying The Miz, and he wound up getting over super hard and becoming even more popular than The Miz himself, and which is not very hard to do, but became a star there the fans wanted to see. And ever since then, he came out, cut the promo saying he wanted to be his own man, and then wind up falling back into the Macho Mandow thing and then getting buried after Curtis Axel was taken off TV, after Hogan had his slurs. So he went from being a serious heel, which was great, to being a comedic face, which he did well, and they never actually pushed him or followed up with him either time. They just sort of let him get buried both times, and now he's nowhere on the roster. Number 4, Dolph Ziggler. They started and stopped this guy so many times by now. He is kind of the new age Shawn Michaels, the guy that goes out, is ahead of his time, steals the show every time, no matter where he is on the card. He still gets a reaction despite being buried for a long time now. He had the world title win when he cashed in after WrestleMania against Del Rio, got a massive pop, could have been a huge babyface star there, and they just buried him. He got hurt by either Swagger or Del Rio, and then he got his lost the belt the next month, got his rematch, and then was out of the picture again for good. Last Survivor Series, he was the sole survivor in beating the Authority, and again had the major star stigma going on. Then, for no reason at all, he got fired in the Stephanie and Triple H storyline when the Authority got reinstated, and was never really pushed to his full potential again. So he's another guy that should be a top-flight babyface, and is really just down on the card, and the crowd is losing faith that he's going to get pushed. Number 3, Kevin Owens. He's pretty new on the roster, obviously. He's still got a chance. He came in with the awesome promo on the first night against John Cena, pinned Cena clean in his first match, and then, of course, he had all that steam going. He was selling a ton of merchandise. He He was on the main roster full time, and then all of a sudden he loses clean to Cena back-to-back. Cena pins him clean, and then Cena taps him out clean, and we haven't seen him on the main event level in the top matches ever since. He is thankfully IC champion. He's got the Intercontinental title now. He's on his way to a feud with Dean Ambrose, which should be awesome. But Kevin Owens should have been the number one heel in the company at that point when he came in and beat Cena clean. He knows his character very well. He plays it to a T. It's very realistic. He's awesome on the mic. He's a great heel. And he's awesome in the ring. And he has the hardcore indie fans from the Ring of Honor and PWG days on his side when he was Kevin Steen. So he's got everything they could want, except for the, typical weight, which actually goes into his favor. Looking different makes him more relatable as well. So he's still got a chance. He's still new on the roster. He's IC champion, but he should have already came in, destroyed Cena, and taken that next step to being the top heel, which they need a top heel right now, badly. Number 2, Cesaro. Obviously, speaking of indie guys who are super over, Cesaro has been the best worker on the roster, if not at least top 3 best workers on the roster for a long time now. He had one of the biggest pops of the night at WrestleMania 2 years ago when he picked up Big Show, slammed him over the ropes, and won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. He should have been a top-flight face. Then he was paired with Heyman, which was seemingly a good idea, but they used him as a background character to keep Heyman on TV to talk about Brock Lesnar beating Undertaker instead. And so Cesaro never got his due and was unjustly dropped from the Heyman thing for no reason. He was thrown into a team with Tyson Kidd, which they made it work and became awesome. Then Kidd got hurt. Then he was kind of pushed down again. Now he's finally starting to be pushed again as a singles guy, but of course he recently just got injured himself. So Vince says he doesn't connect because he's Swiss. I think Vince is an idiot. Cesaro obviously has all the wrestling skill. He has a good look. He has the strength. He has the character. Everything about him is good. He could work on his mic skills a little bit, but Cesaro is awesome. He could be a top face tomorrow if they wanted him to. And number 1, Dean Ambrose. This guy has got Steve Austin kind of written all over him. He has that Brian Pillman, Steve Austin, Roddy Piper kind of thing where he's that anti-hero, babyface, kind of rebellious guy. Every time they push this guy in the main event, he gets a major reaction. The crowd loves him. He's got great mic skills. He has a great character. He's crazy. He could play either the angry heel or he could be the anti-hero babyface. Either one is fine with me. Just put the guy in the main event. He's an excellent wrestler. He's known from the indies. He's got a good look. He knows his character, and he can talk. He's probably the next big thing to come along in terms of the rebellious character, and he could really be a major Steve Austin level, at least, somewhat up there with reactions and the current crowd getting into him. They need a top face. He could be that guy while John Cena is on his way out. But instead, they're kind of starting and stopping him, linking him with Roman Reigns and stuff like that, so he deserves better. So, there's my list. Who do you guys think should be pushed more? Who did WWE miss out on and have a chance to make a major star out of and not do their job with? Who else should get pushed right now? Who should be the top guys while a lot of these top stars are hurt? Tell me in the comment section down below. And until I see you guys next time, comment me down below as well with other wrestling topics you would like me to talk about. So this has been Wrestling with myself, and I will see you guys soon.